Congratulations. Well done. You made it. This was day one. For kindergarten, it was day 1 and 2. For everybody else, it was day 1, and you did it. You got through. And I know it wasn't seamless. I know that there were some frustrations along the way and things that we had to figure out, but you're on this end of it and you're getting ready for tomorrow. And just know how proud of you we are. And I said it before, it isn't the way that we hoped we would start the year, but we know it's the way that we needed to for now, and should allow us when things are ready to open up and have you back in person. So we can't wait for that day. But in the meantime, our teachers saw some incredible stuff from you all. Now, I do have a few notes for us as reminders for tomorrow. One is that tomorrow is Wednesday. So I know Tuesday feels like a Monday. It's not. Tomorrow's a Wednesday, and our late start schedule is still in effect for those days. So the school day for staff will begin at 9. Most of your Connect sessions begin at 9. A few of you have like a 9:15 or 9:30 start time, so check your schedules. But it will have that later start time, and we always will. Every week that we're in this Garfield remote, we'll have that later start time at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays. And when we return to in person, we'll have that later start time on Wednesday. So that's still in effect tomorrow. We will still have our tech support table outside. So if you thought you had something running, you wake up tomorrow, you throw open that laptop, Chromebook, iPad, cell phone, whatever, and it didn't work again. You're like, oh, come on down. Mr. Daniel Wheat will be outside helping out. I'll be able to step out quite often to help out as well. So we'll still be available for support. So come on down, get your questions and your answers alleviated, get what you need, so that way you're able to continue to participate in the learning. Next, many of you tried to log into Lexi today because some of your schedules have time built in it that says, hey, this time of the day is Lexi time. But it turns out that Lexi was having some difficulties. And so I confirmed that tonight we have our licenses, but something's up between the connection from Lexia into Clever and into your home. So please, until you hear differently, just hold off on those Lexia times. Perhaps read a book out loud, read a story to your child, a little read aloud there. I mean, any manner of reading is going to be helpful right now. And just hold off on Lexi until you hear from me that it's fixed, so that way you don't feel like you're just clicking and clicking and clicking and feeling more frustrated. And then last but not least is some of what we learned today. So some wise advice as Mr. Wheat and I sat outside and continued to diagnose different issues. We learned a couple things. One, that those of you using Chromebooks, if the computer times out, so goes to sleep and you log it back in or you wake it back up, and all it shows you is that little box where you're supposed to enter your password. For most of you, that password isn't working when you do that. So what do? Hold down the power button for 15 seconds. The Chromebook will shut itself down. Hold down the power button for another 5 seconds. It will turn back on. That will give you the option to click the little blue arrow in the bottom corner of the screen to show that little QR camera window, so you can put your QR code up there and you're back into business. But don't fight that password screen if it's not working. And I'm hoping that's something that will be resolved with some updates in the future. Okay? Beyond that, the rest of you are doing a great job. Make sure that your Google screen is logged in as you. Sometimes for families that are sharing a device, there's a mom and dad account and the child student account. And you want to make sure that you've selected the child student account before you try to log into a Meet or into a Google Classroom, because without it, if you're trying to log in as mom and dad, it's going to say, sorry, no, because it limits to only Thompson School District students getting into those types of things. And that's to your benefit. That means that somebody from outside of our district won't be able to join in a Meet, and we certainly don't want that. So just check who's logged in before you get into those Meets and before you try to get into those classrooms. Okay? Call us with any other issues. You're doing great. Keep giving yourself a huge pat on the back. And by the way, I'm going to give you another 3 hours. If you've not sent in your first day pictures, please do that, because don't tell the teachers. I'm going to create them for them a little video of those first day pictures to start our staff meeting tomorrow. I think that'll be super meaningful. So even if you just strike a pose and send in that picture, that would be amazing. So thank you for doing that, and you all have a wonderful evening. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.